Oh, what you call it too?
World, you are in tune to the Marvelous Talk podcast with your boys, man. You got Max. What's up, Max? How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. Big G hooked me up, sent me some Marvel swag. Like low key, shout out to
Uh,
him. Mod didn't send me nothing, so whatever, dog.
What's up, Big G? How you doing, man? How are you tonight?
I am Groot.
I am.
I am Groot.
I was not
Oh,
expecting that.
listen, man. It's no woman, no cry. No woman, no cry. I'm still losing it
Dude,
right now.
I found out that was a cover, and I felt like an idiot. I was like, "This is an amazing song," and someone was like, "You know, it's Bob Marley, right?" And I was like, "I
Right.
never listened to Bob Marley."
Oh
I
my
was like,
God.
"Is he?" I didn't even know Bob Marley was dead. I'll be honest. I'm born '95, so like, come on.
Okay. All
I
right.
get it.
So we're gonna get right to this. Definitely thank you guys for rocking with us, man. And if you like the content, make sure you like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Like us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube and Twitch. So when we go live, you'll definitely get that notification that we are here. And before we get started, man, let's definitely get into this. And we are back, man. Listen, I would just want to jump right into it, man. Of course, we got the episodes of I Am Group, and as Big G alluded to, man. Listen, it's supposed to be a kids, some kid shorts, and if you think about it, everything on Disney Plus has definitely some kids over what something made specifically for the kids. And I think Disney just went ahead and did it with I Am Groot. What do you think about this, Big G? I want to hear your take on it.
But I am Groot.
Absolutely.
First of all, I gotta say I am Groot. I am Groot is boss, man. I mean, I know it's for the kids, I know it's for the babies and all whatever else, but I am Groot was boss. Those little 5 minute takes and all whatever else, it gave us the in between of how Groot actually grew back from the plant to being Groot. And the little short stories, man, I was digging it. Cause Groot is a menace, man. I don't know if y'all seen that or picked up on that. Groot is a bad boy. So I'm just gonna be so happy to see what he looks like as full blown teenager Groot. But I was loving it. Every episode I sat there and laughed at the end of every last one of them. But it built the storyline for Groot to the kids. This is going for the next generation of kids. So I get it. I actually love it. And I enjoyed it because it was something just new and different that we haven't seen out of the MCU. So thumbs up for the 5 minute takes, the 5 minute takes of the menace known as Groot. Thumbs up.
It's for the kids. That's
It
for
is
sure,
for the
right?
kids.
And we are Groot. It's not just Sean. We are Big Groot. Big Groot. We are Groot. Combining
Yeah,
Big
we
G
are.
and Groot. But
Yeah.
I think it's cool. It's for the kids, like this is the baby Yoda, for the Marvel-ish, like the Marvel side of things. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
baby Yoda, I see those things everywhere on their people's cars, and now they can get some baby Groot in their lives. I think that's what it was more about. It was like you said, getting the kids
Yeah.
and getting some merchandise sold.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Definitely. Definitely.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, if you hadn't had a chance, make sure you go out and you grab it. Everybody who is in Marvelous Talk land, and you go on Disney Plus and you watch. Because I mean, hey, it's only 5 minutes. I think that they're probably
20
less
minutes
than.
total.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's, it's like
they're not long at all. They're not long
it's
at all.
it's 26 minutes total, but you got to remember at the end of each episode it's like a minute and 9 or a minute and 20 seconds of credits, in every language that's imaginable out there. So, I mean, they're like really 3.5, 4 minutes long, but I was digging it. I'm sorry. Little short quickies. I am Groot.
Vin Diesel is just cashing the checks from Marvel
For
at this
nothing.
point.
Like for
To
nothing.
sit in an air-conditioned booth, just say, I am Groot. I you know, he's got to do it in the languages, but like, wow. Give me a few million, I could do that.
Hey, Max, did you see the Star Wars spoof when he lifted up the rock?
Yeah.
they went straight Star Wars on that boy, man.
I feel like Disney's leaning into like Marvel, like whenever they have a Marvel movie, they lean into like some Star Wars references. Like even in Endgame, or was it Endgame, or was it no, it was in Civil War. He's like, you ever seen Star Wars? And then they did like the thing with a giant man where they crossed up his legs and stuff.
Yeah. Man, so, I'm telling you.
This is a Max thing. The sports casual said, is it me or is it no hype for Andor?
I don't think there really is hype. And I think that's because Boba Fett left a sour taste in people's mouth. There was some people who weren't satisfied with Obi-Wan. I liked it. It wasn't just like a 10 out of 10 for me. It was like an 8.5, 9. But I think Star Wars is kind of in a weird place where we haven't really fallen in love with anything outside of Mandalorian. And that's a problem. The last movie sucked. Episode 9 will never again. Mando was great. Season 1 and 2. Boba Fett, disappointment. Yeah. Obi-Wan, good, not great. And I think that's why there's not really a lot of hype for Andor.
Yeah.
I think it's actually going to be really good because Disney's shown they can be good when they're not working with core characters that were there before they got their hands on them.
Right. Absolutely. I think you're good on that. And what about you,
Max? I can co-sign with Max because there's no expectation for it. You know, and like Max said, traditionally, when there's no expectation for Disney to do something right in the Marvel world or in the Star Wars world, they usually land the ship. So I to be honest, the trailer was like nice. So I'm like, man, they're going to tell a different story that's not what we traditionally know. I was digging it. So I'm really loving it, man. Really, really loving it.
Yeah, so I mean, I was asked about Andor, and I was asked about it the other day, and I'm excited, but let's see. I mean, you know, I was excited about Obi-Wan, and I got mainly most of what I wanted, but it didn't give me everything that I wanted. Didn't give me all of my feels. Right. There's some stuff. So, hey, man, we got to see what it's like, and I think that's what everybody here is kind of waiting on.
Was there just like too much of a cool down time between like when Rogue One happened and Andor was on screen to now? About 6 years? How long has it been since Rogue? I'll look it up. Rogue One's an old movie.
It's a very old movie, and not one that I want to watch.
Yeah, 2016. Oh, shut up.
Yeah.
I mean,
shut up. It's a good movie. It's a good movie. I want
to watch again. You know what I'm saying? Already. They suffered a great price to get this information. Okay, they suffered a great price. I got it. It's one of them, man. Kimberly Cooper said 100% agree with you, Max.
Thank you. Someone here needs to side with me. I need some help. That's all I'm going to say.
Max, you got my support, but that's just mine.
If you're not with me, then you're my enemy.
Yeah, that's a straight up Star Wars scroll right there.
That's Sith talk right there, because only Sith talking absolutes. You know what I'm saying? Are you a Sith? I just need to know.
I might be.
Hey, but on the serious tip, man, I really think that this is a way that Star Wars can start building back at least their baseline reputation as far as, giving us quality shows, because they've blown it. But Rogue One, Max, I'm riding with you. I love Rogue One. But you got to remember, Mod hates two things. No, Mod hates three things. Mod hates Carol Danvers, Mod hates Rogue One, and Mod hates the shiny dude. The shiny dude off Batman. Mod does not have any love for those three things. Yeah.
What shiny dude? Which one?
The sparkly shiny dude.
Robert Pattinson. Because he's sparkling. He's shining. He's from Twilight. You know what I'm saying?
My gosh. Open your heart for love, please.
He can't take it, man. He can't take the sparkly shiny dude. He cannot take it.
So listen, we got She-Hulk coming. She-Hulk is this next week, not this week, but next week coming. And in just in our discussion of She-Hulk, we've broken it down and we've already talked about it. But here's something I want to do for just our listeners, man. Who do you think is gonna show up in She-Hulk? Who do you think? And give me your two. Don't go over don't go 90, but give me your two. And I'm gonna start with you, Max. Who do you fully expect to show up in She-Hulk?
So we're gonna say people who we would not expect to see. Because I mean, I would just say Hulk would be my first one, but I'll go outside the box. I won't say Hulk.
Well, people you don't expect to see.
Yeah, okay. So I think we're gonna see another Netflix person, and that's maybe Punisher. Maybe that's Jessica Jones. That's who I think we're gonna see because Daredevil's in it. He's a Netflix crossover. I know he was in No Way Home for what? 10 minutes, like 10 seconds, a minute and minute or two.
So he might have been 3 minutes. He may,
so
in the kitchen. Yeah,
maybe I would say maybe you get a Nick Fury. Maybe he's like, hey, Hulk's gone. Need you to step up. That's it. Maybe Nick Fury. I mean, we haven't seen him in a while.
That would be good. That would be good. So, Big G, who you got? Who do you think? Who do you think will show and that hadn't been mentioned?
I'm going on a limb, man. Hot take. I think the guy's going to show up. He might not show up in the form that we know, but I think Benjamin Grimm is going to show up for Thing.
Ben Grimm, okay.
And She-Hulk. I really can see it. I can see how the crossover momentum builds. I do know and believe that this event is just what a lot of people's not going to like is they're going to break the fourth wall like Deadpool. So it's sort of like a comedy-ish type thing. So they're going to bring in characters to give you a little bit of depth or backstory or baseline story. So I would bank on Ben Grimm, and maybe Ronald Drogowski, who, for you guys that don't know the comic book, that is Sasquatch of the Alpha Flight. I would not be shocked if you got Sasquatch, or we've already seen him in the MCU in Black Widow. How about Ursa Major? Because I do believe with every property moving forward, you're going to see a version of a mutant. So Ursa Major, Sasquatch, Ron Drogowski, nobody understands him, or maybe Benjamin Grimm, the Thing. I'm leaning towards one of those guys showing up.
So is Ben Grimm just a human, or is he Rock? In your mind,
right now, you would say this stage in the game.
Like when you see if he showed up.
Go ahead, go ahead, G. What you say?
So if he showed up in the show, you think he's Rock form?
I would say yeah, or the Lou too. Benjamin Grimm shows up in a rockish form. You have to do it that way. She-Hulk's character, of course, we know is the spinoff of the Hulk, but I'm thinking, okay, who's She-Hulk's enemies? Oh, I got one more. If y'all don't mind, I got one more.
Hold on, because Kimberly Cooper said Kingpin, and the Sports Casual said Peacemaker. I don't think we'll see Peacemaker. But
how about the leader? How about the leader? The leader showing up in the show. Because the leader we know now is canon because the Incredible Hulk movie is now on Disney Plus. So the Incredible Hulk movie is now on Disney Plus. So how about bringing that canon in to where the blood leaked onto the brain of the leader and he transformed? Why not bring in the leader into it? So I'm looking at characters that can build out the Hulk identity. That's Sasquatch, Ursa Major, Thing, and then how about the leader? One of those four possibly could be there.
I think y'all got me on mine. I really believe it's going to be Ben Grimm. I was like, wow. When we said Nick Fury, I was like, okay, all right, that's a good one. And then Jessica Jones, that one's out there, but it could have happened. It could definitely happen. What about Man Bull, Sean?
Maybe. I mean, so the show is just as much about how Jennifer Walters gets her powers, because we know it's not going to be the same way as in the comic book. It might be close to it, but it's going to be liberties of MCU. But maybe it's got to be Gamma-based villains, because we know that she's got the Superhero Protection Act. So, you know, that's where I'm thinking. Even like maybe the Absorbing Man. You know, maybe maybe somebody like Zinx, who's a Gamma-based. Maybe Robert Jones, Bobby Jones. Maybe him now, and then, you know, eventually that leads to, you know.
So the thing to me, Big G, is that I think they use, and Max, man, I think they use this show as a bridge. I think they use this show as a bridge, and so anybody that they introduce, I think they want to introduce them. They want to introduce them, leading them into something else, right? So I don't think that we're going to get a lot of throwaway characters in this one. Although we do get throwaway characters in every Marvel show. We get like you know, the antagonist in Kamala Khan's show in Miss Marvel. You know, they were a throwaway character because they were all gone. They're all gone now, and the son is left. You know, that was a throwaway character. And you get these throwaway characters in each series. I don't think we're going to have many of those moving forward, because as we're about to leave phase 4 and jump into phase 5, we're going to get those. So kind of sticking to this theme and downshifting another one, we've seen a lot of the Black Panther 2 trailer, Wakanda Forever. We've seen a lot of that trailer, right? On some theories right now, and on some things where I feel like I have a solid grasp of what this movie is going to be about, and I'm excited about that for real. But I want to ask that same question for Black Panther 2, Max. Who do you think? Well, first, let me ask it this way: what characters do we already have in the MCU that are going to show up in this movie that we haven't seen? Who do you think we're going to see? Like at the funeral. Just think about the funeral.
I think Rhodey would be there. Rhodey would be there for sure. Bucky has to be.
Yeah.
Maybe you see some Pepper Potts in there. I mean, I don't really know who. Will there be a funeral scene, or will there just be? Yeah, there's got to be. There's got to be some send off. Even if the movie was 2.5 hours and they had a 15-minute extra scene to make it 2:45, it'd be worth it in my brain.
Right. Correct.
So Nick Fury, I would assume, would be there.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Anyone else, guys? I'm open for suggestions.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna jump on this one, man. What about Steve Rogers? What about
he's dead?
No, he's on the moon. He's not dead. He's on the moon. He's not dead. He's not
he's
dead.
On ice.
On the moon. He's on the moon. That's all you got to remember. He's on the moon.
So a brief cameo from Steve Rogers?
Nah.
I mean, listen,
no.
He became good friends with him during this time.
Bucky's representing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Falcon. Throwing Falcon.
Yeah.
Falcon
or Captain America.
Gonna be there.
Sam Wilson will be there.
You think Banner's gonna show up?
Nah, he's Ghost after She-Hulk.
No Banner.
I mean, why not?
Because he's going to be bouncing. He's just leaving.
The issue is that yes, they gave
showing respect.
But listen, they gave Ryan Coogler the 3rd largest budget in MCU history, as far as being able to film the movie, make it the way he wanted to from a cinematography standpoint, putting in the special effects, adding characters. The only two movies that had a bigger budget than the Black Panther is Endgame and Infinity War. Nobody else has had the same budget. So when you get a big budget like that, you do have monopoly money to play with to grab a character here or there. But I don't think it's just going to be overwhelming where you have old people who's already signed the contracts, because every time they show up, they got to get paid. So you might have, some stuff like
for a 2-minute appearance, they get paid, but it's not like that. You know what I'm saying? Or
some of them cats.
Yeah, but
I think a lot of people wouldn't take a salary. Just this is more of a respect thing to somebody who, died way too young.
You know what I'm saying?
I would love to see if everyone kind of showed out. That would be really cool. I don't know if that's
Yeah, that would
possible,
be. Yeah.
but as long as there's a certain few people there, but I'm not sure it really matters who's there. I think
Yeah.
it's more for us than it is like these fictional characters. You know what I mean? It's not really about. Maybe it's for everybody. Just kind of closure on somebody who meant a lot to a lot of people.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. And here's my hot take. Here's my hot take, you guys. Hot take. I think you see Aurora Monroe. And for those who don't know who Aurora Monroe is, that's Storm. I think we're going to either see her at the funeral or we're going to see her later in the movie. But I think that's, if I'm guessing who's going to appear in this movie, that's one of my guesses.
A pregnant Halle Berry is what I want to see with the spawn of T'Challa.
Nah. I got a little different spin on it, y'all. That I think, and
before you get to that spin, let's get to this comment. Sports Casual said, "I wonder how they're going to implement General Ross in the She-Hulk show." That's interesting. That's interesting.
I got a theory for that too.
Well,
they're going to move on. All right, so they're going to move past because everybody knows he's deceased, right? But why else would they make the Incredible Hulk movie canon in the MCU and now part of the lineage? Oh, because Ross had a daughter that was in love with Bruce Banner, that had a fling and all whatever else. Oh, well, what is she? Oh, she's the Red She-Hulk. You're getting the She-Hulk character, possibly General Ross's daughter is mad and upset and all whatever else, and you spin the red female She-Hulk, the Red She-Hulk, as Ross's daughter, who she played in the comic book, and that's how they spin it. I would. There's no doubt in my mind. I think that's not going down. For sure.
That's a hot take too. That's another hot take. You got
that'd be crazy.
Question. Great question, and even greater explanation. But G, what was about Aurora Monroe? Talk to me about that.
Okay, so I'm one of those crazy people that's been watched this trailer like 150 times, right? And I keep going back to certain moments in the trailer, and I done blown it up watching it on big screen TV at home, slowed it down, stopped it, watched. First thing I'm gonna tell you is at the beginning of the trailer, that's CGI. When Black Panther's lady friend, mistress, girlfriend, whatever you want to call it, and she's standing there on the shore and she's looking at that, and she's looking at the Aztecian thing, that's CGI. They augmented her body. How they augmented her body, I don't know. I got a theory thinking that she's possibly with child, but they augmented her body without a shadow of a doubt. They did something different to her because I slowed it down, watched it, moved in on frame. I was like, oh no, they did something to her. So that's part of it. But my theory about Aurora Monroe is this: T'Challa's mother, Angela Bassett, is not T'Challa's mom. That is his stepmother. She's Shuri's mother, but she is not T'Challa's mother. T'Challa's mother died. That's comic book, and that goes on to the MCU. Right. So the big scene, and what a lot of folks talked about, if you remember back when Black Panther came off, and she took her headdress off, and her hair was Snow White. Well, how in the world is her hair Snow White? It's not because she's older age. It's her people. So we know that Wakanda, from the trailer, is going to be flooded completely. Like this thing's going underwater, right? And you see those ships escaping through their mountains and trying to go all whatever else. I've already theorized that Wakanda's got to relocate. And if Wakanda relocates, they got to go somewhere. So I think when they relocate, they go to Angela Bassett's tribe. And Angela Bassett's tribe, all of them got white hair like that. And I think you're going to get a snap where you see a young lady holding a baby or something like that. And they're going to be like, wait a minute, that's Storm. That's Aurora Monroe. And then she's going to be pregnant with the baby. And that's T'Challa's son. And versus T'Challa having a baby by Aurora Monroe, T'Challa's son and Aurora Monroe later on up the road is going to hook up because he grew up around her, around his grandmother's people. And I think that's how Ryan Coogler spins it. I sat and watched it and figured it out, and I thought, I was like, how could they pay homage? Nah, she ain't pregnant, but the son is going to hook up with Aurora Monroe and continue the lineage of Storm tied to the Panther. That's how I figured it out.
Max, that's a great thing to sit here and speculate. I think the only hole in G's theory is that T'Challa saved Aurora when she was 12. Right. So they virtually grew up together, fell in love, right? And had a child. Never were married though. Never was married. So when I think about it and I start to quantify, I could see Sean's theory happening. Big G, I could really see that happening. But I see, because here's the thing. Here's how you can tie this in. And it's just speculatory. You guys at Marvelous Talk, we just speculate. But what I'm saying is, Nakia came in the picture and she had been gone for a couple years. Correct. Are we remembering this right? The first Black Panther?
Yeah, when he rescues her, yeah.
Correct. Yeah. So who say he wasn't fooling with somebody in that time?
Dang.
Before she, you know what I'm saying?
T'Challa was a city boy. Who would have guessed?
I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? Who say he wasn't fooling with Aurora? And Aurora's pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Aurora's already pregnant.
Way to besmirch the image of our king.
I'm just saying.
This is heresy at its finest right now.
It's not.
Look, hey, I low key agree with G's theory. When they get to that tribe with the white haired people, I think that's going to be Storm. And I honestly think, you asked earlier, what characters do you expect to see? I think Angela Bassett's going to kill this movie. I think.
Oh my God!
From the trailer,
oh my God. Yeah,
it sounded like she really lost somebody. It was really riveting. I think she's going to steal the show because now, her husband's dead, her son died, her stepson, whoever it was. She's been through it.
She has.
And now she might lose her country and her people.
Yeah, I think she actually dies at the end of it, Max. You call it.
Wow, way to just drop that without anything.
Yeah. But, that would be the perfect way to link it together. Because, like I said, T'Challa that's not his mama. That's his stepmother. It's his mama, but it ain't his mama. T'Challa's mama died. So, let's tie it together and let's link the new Panther lineage to Angela Bassett's people. And I think when they showing up at that Aztecian place and all whatever else, that's the relocation for Wakanda. See, they know where the vibranium's at and they know how to go get it. So, and they got Riri Williams in it, which we know possibly from some plot stuff. She's the whole reason why Namor and them get bothered with it anyway, because they searching for supposedly vibranium. So if that's the case, Riri got the technology and all whatever else to go get the vibranium at any time. But they got to relocate and rebuild Wakanda, almost like how they relocated and rebuilt Asgard. Almost. Yeah. You went from old Asgard to new Asgard. Well, you're going to go from old Wakanda to new Wakanda, right?
I hope new Wakanda is a little nicer than new Asgard, because old Asgard was a really nice place to live. Probably like a one-bedroom studio in Asgard probably costs like $50,000 a month. New Asgard, you could get a house for like $50,000.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. New
five bedroom, three bath, Max.
Hey,
with a loft for 50.
Yeah. Odin had him set up, and Thor's like, "Oh, we broke."
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, new Asgard is kind of roachy. It didn't look like the old.
Well,
Asgard,
tourism got there. The people. Like Thor kind of ran it into the ground. Just drinking.
Yeah. Oh a lot was going on over there in New Asgard. But I think that Wakanda, the new Wakanda, or it might not even be Wakanda. I got another little spin on the theory. I think it's the Savage Land. I think that's how they're going to tie the Savage Land, and because there's vibranium in the Savage Land too. So I think that like they're gonna find this new spot, the Savage Land, the vibranium, all whatever else. That's where her people is from, where Angela Bassett's people's from. There's Aurora Monroe. All that stuff, I think they're going to tie into it, man.
You think?
If you see in the trailer, Max, if you see in the trailer, and you could go ahead with your comment. There's a couple of people when they're dancing and they got the white ceremonial things on their head. There's a couple of people with just naturally white hair.
So do you think Wakanda's flooding at the end of the movie, or that's going to be kind of like the climax of the movie?
First 35 minutes.
You were saying Wakanda drowns in the first act of the movie.
First 35 minutes, it's underwater.
I think it's going to be in the middle of the movie. Like, dang, like emotions are high. And I think Okoye has if she'd be my dark horse to be the Black Panther.
I think she could, but the only issue about her being it is that you have to be able to ingest the heart-shaped herb.
Yeah, that is a problem. But there is no more, and Suri's going to synthesize it, so maybe they can adapt it.
Maybe, but I don't know.
Here's my biggest hot take of them all. You're going to see Killmonger again in this movie.
I said that. That's my take.
You say it?
I said it last time.
Yeah,
okay.
Max,
elaborate on Killmonger. I want you to get your Max said it.
I think they got my boy on ice, and they were I think in the original plan he was dead, but when Chadwick passed away tragically, they were like, maybe Killmonger can come back, and now he's like, yo, my boy died. He saved me, showed me the sunrise. It changed my heart, and on that day, Killmonger's heart grew 2 sizes, and now he's going on his redemption arc.
Yeah.
Yo, I think it's gonna be different though.
Killmonger stole Christmas, basically.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna see. She's gonna spend time with Killmonger in the ancestral plane, right?
Yeah.
I think Killmonger's gonna be the one that teaches her how to be Black Panther. Because she's gonna have to get to the ancestral plane. And
I'm just worried that if it was Michael B. Jordan, I feel like we would know. I feel like there'd be something out there, be like Michael B. Jordan was on the set. Oh my gosh! But maybe they're doing a really good job of keeping it under wraps.
Hey, but Max, that's going to be the magic about the Black Panther movie, because the trailer sent chills up people's back. I mean, like for real, folks got emotional, right? So what would be the perfect piece? But you're 3/4 of the way through the movie, it's a wrap for Wakanda. There's no redemption. No way to make it back. Everybody's dead. And all of a sudden, Shuri done went to the ancestral plane, and she's expecting to see her brother T'Challa, and she wake up and see Michael B. Jordan sitting in her face. Man, you talk about people getting up in the movie theater and the theater shaking because people are screaming and oh my freaking God. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be man, that could be one of the greatest magical moments in MCU history. And for them to keep it under wraps this long, no toys, no leaks, no nothing, and that rascal show up, oh man, come on, bro. Come on, man. It's gonna be that would be off the chain. Off the chain.
I think so too. I like it. And which would explain why she would come with his armor.
Yeah. I mean, Mod's hottest take was Max's take. I just want to throw that out there one more time. I just want to see what they do to me, guys.
Hey, one last thing I got to point out about this movie, and I want those that's out there in Marvelous Talk Land, MCU fans, Marvel comic book fans, I want you guys to understand, we've been talking about anti-hero and bridge for the longest. Well, this movie is going to be the anti-hero climax. Anti-hero was through phase 4. Namor is the ultimate anti-hero. That's why he's in the climax. But I'm telling you right now, this movie will bridge technology and magic together. I promise you it's going to do it. So who is the ultimate technology and magic pushed together? His name is Victor Von Doom. I'm almost willing to bet the farm that there's a reference, maybe a spot, a guy in a suit, an arm, a hand, or something in this movie that Victor Von Doom is, because this is the bridge between technology and magic. There's something that's got to happen that makes those two things come together. And who else is the villain for technology and magic? Nobody else but Victor Von Doom. And that's going to make people go crazy.
Yeah, I think we're going to see. I think, I'm losing it. I'm totally losing it. I might run around the film theater. That just might happen, right? For real,
Yeah.
for real. Only because of the simple fact that I think we're gonna see him, and I don't think we're gonna see him in full cape form. I think we're gonna see, him in like a suit, and you're gonna find out that he's the one that was pushing the buttons to get this whole conflict started. Do I think that we're gonna have like him in full regalia? No, but I think you're gonna see it's Keanu Reeves and it's Victor Von Doom. That I
It's
think that's
not
another
Keanu.
person. I'm telling you, I
I
think it's
think
Keanu.
it's Giancarlo Esposito. I think that is the guy. He is
I
a
don't
villain
care who it is.
in everything.
I don't care who it is. Just let's see a dude in a green cape. All I want to see is metal hand, a metal face, and a guy in a green cape. That's all that matters to me. It could be Willie Lump Lump playing Dr. Doom. I don't care. All I want to see is the green cape and the iron. As long as it's over. I might pass out. My wife and my kids might have to get me together and carry me out the theater because I'm gonna pass straight out, man, when I see Von Doom, because that's my guy. Victor Von Doom is my guy.
I agree. I get it. I like Doom. I think Doom is gonna be in it, and Willie Lump Lump. I don't know who he is, but hopefully he'll do a good job.
Nobody knows
Sean,
who Willie Lump Lump is.
Really showing your age on that reference, Sean.
It's okay. Hey, listen. I already told you guys off camera. I'm gonna be 85 and do a marvelous talk. They're gonna have to wheel me up to the dang on computer
with your
like,
oxygen
you ready to
tank.
Talk about it? Yep, and I'll be like, man, I remember when Thor was a pup. I'll be like, I remember when all this stuff started and all whatever else. And I'll be 85 years old talking on marvelous talk. Trust me, I'm taking this one to the grave, buddy. So you can make fun of me all you want.
This is gonna be the best Marvel movie ever. Black Panther 10.
Give me the oxygen.
I need more
water. I'm passing out. Don't revive me. Don't revive me.
Water. Max, I'm your dad. I'm BJ. Sorry. The show's sorry. Someone's old. Some of us are young.
That's right. Yeah, man. But I'm telling you, it's going to be. This is going to be a very good bridge movie, man. I'm telling you, I'm over. I haven't been this excited for a Marvel movie
since Thor: Love and Thunder.
No. Actually, to be honest, Actually,
I haven't been this excited
since the first Black Panther.
No, you haven't. You were absolutely wrong. No. The multiverse movie, you were over the moon.
But Max, you got to understand, I live in the rabbit hole. So the rabbit hole, anytime I get even a little piece of light, I'm like, oh my God, is that light? Yes. So it makes me overly excited, right? So I'm overly sensitized to dark and all whatever else. So they've opened up the whole hole, and it's like, oh, like God himself is showing up. So I'm like, man, I'm actually going to get to see the light at the end of Wakanda Forever. So I'm like overly excited for this one, man.
Mod, does this sound familiar?
It does.
Doctor Strange 2 is going to be the best movie ever. If I see Charles Xavier, I'm going to faint.
Oh, I did.
Oh my God. If I see Professor X,
I fainted. I was like, no.
Spider-Man No Way Home. And
you were never more excited to Spider-Man No Way Home if you saw all three Spider-Man.
And I lost it there too. I passed out there. I'm a habitual pass outer. when stuff goes down, I'm like, oh my God, I can't take it. Oh my
God.
Fan
Big G.
Listen, man. I love this. Man. So parting shots. Give me your parting shot, Big G. Because you done gave me some, but give me your parting shot.
6 days to the She-Hulk, man. Don't count it out. I think really it's going to be a great series. And I really am going to be impressed of how they're going to break the fourth wall, make it a comedy. But I totally believe that there will be more cameos in this series than anything we've seen in the MCU as of today. And that says a lot. For just a TV show, a lot of cameos, yeah, they're going to run it up the pole.
I like it. I love it. I love it. Max, parting shot.
Andor's going to be better than what we think. I think Andor's going to not resurrect, but just kind of straighten out the Star Wars lapses and kind of get us back on track. We just can't be excited for Mandalorian. You can't just base a whole Star Wars universe on Mandalorian. We need other stuff. We need other good quality product. I have faith. Andor's going to be the one that kind of gets the needle moving in the right direction.
Okay, so you have faith in Andor. All right. So, I'm going to tell you guys out there who are asking about Andor, hey, that you heard it from the Star Wars guy himself. He has faith. He has faith in Andor. My parting shot is, again, man, I am excited for She-Hulk. I agree that we're going to see a lot of cameos in She-Hulk. I think, these being the last two things that you're going to get in phase 4, the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special and Werewolf by Night. I'm not really looking forward to both of those. I heard some bad things about Werewolf by Night.
Me too.
Definitely not looking forward to that, but I think these two series, the series and the movie, are going to be the stepping off point for phase 5. So they got to be good, right?
Yeah.
So I'm excited. I think that, again, I've told everybody, once we go to a new phase or we go to a new movie, make sure you go back and you watch the others. Catch up. You need to catch up. There are things that need to be watched. I Am Groot is probably the only thing that you don't need to watch to really get caught in everything. But everything
why not?
else,
It's like 20 minutes. Why not?
I mean, it's 20 minutes, but you don't have to watch it. I'm just saying, I'm just trying to help somebody because there's a lot of material that they need to go over. But yeah, make sure you go over and you check out phase 4 because they're really aiming somewhere, and they're aiming at 2 big bads rather than 1. And I think you're going to get these 2 big bads in the form of Kang, who definitely is going to be hard to eliminate. Kang is going to be super hard to eliminate. Like when you get fleas in your carpet. I mean, it's going to be hard to take out. It just is what it is.
Sounds like a really personal example.
I mean, it's going to be one of the things hard to take out. And then when you have a more calculated enemy in Victor Von Doom, you have a enemy who's thinking and who's moving chess pieces. He's powerful enough to just rip Thanos' skull out of his body, but at the same time, he's very manipulative, and he gets more. I think he gets more joy out of manipulating situations than he does out of using brute force. I think he can use brute force and tear some stuff up because he's just as talented. He's Reed Richards, Tony Stark type mind, right? Which would show you how him and Riri Williams could run together because they're that smart. But then, he also Doctor Strange type magic. So when you have Doctor Strange type magic built into this tech genius mind, of course he's going to be off his rocker. He called himself a god at some point, which is horrible, but that's Victor Von Doom. So please go back. Please check all of this out and definitely rock with us. If you liked what you saw, you love our content, please do us a favor, like and subscribe. Like us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube and Twitch so that when we go live, you'll be able to catch it. For myself, for Max, and for Big G, we out of here. Peace.